Hey, it's the People Reader, Lisa Mitchell, and I wanted to take a moment and answer a question. I love when I get questions from viewers and listeners and about what they're seeing in body language as they're going about their life out in the wild, as I like to call it. And I had a question from a friend that I went to high school with, actually, that hit me up on Facebook the other day and had a video clip of LeBron James as he was shooting around before one of the playoff games recently. And he wanted to know what I thought of LeBron's post-shot body language. And I thought, what an interesting thing. I've never really thought about that or looked at that. And I started watching some tape that he attached, and it was really interesting because LeBron, he's like the best, right? Like, he's King James for a reason. But he does this thing after he takes a shot. Now, most of his shots go in, right? We know about that. And I don't know what the stats are or the percentages, so I'm sure somebody will message me that and educate me. But a lot of his shots go in. So he's got the opportunity to kind of celebrate or self-congratulate a lot, right? He's good. His shots go in. And in the shoot around, they had quite a bit of coverage on him specifically as he was shooting. And he takes a shot and he makes it. And then he looks down and he swipes his nose. And it can be a right swipe or a left swipe, or sometimes there's a forehead touch. But there's a little bit of a head down, a little bit look away, swipe, or forehead touch. And this was repeated over and over and over again in the course of this tape. And now, I didn't go back and pull all of his historic footage, so don't yell at me about that. But in this segment, which had him shooting, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 different baskets, every time there was a similar behavior of a head down and a nose touch. So what does it mean? That's what my friend Brett wanted to know. So I watched the tape, and here's my deduction on this, is that when he takes a shot, he's happy that it went in, but he knows that he can't like fist pump or celebrate every single shot because he's a professional and you're not allowed to do that anymore. So he is kind of muting or tamping down his natural celebratory response to making the basket or being victorious, and replacing it with kind of a humble maneuver decoy instead. So he can't, celebrate or fist pump every time he makes a basket, because that would be ridiculous and he would be seen as a total egomaniacal person. So this is his go-to. This is his substitute move. So when he shoots, he makes a basket, he looks down, he touches his nose. It's kind of like, good job, LeBron. But he's being on the down low about it. He can't just do this, and he can't just celebrate. Because he's got to be cool, and he's got to be professional, and he can't really bring all that self-congratulatory hoopla every time he makes a shot. But I think it's his attempt to be humble. And I think it's his attempt to be a little modest and kind of play it off like, oh yeah, maybe it went in, maybe it didn't. I don't know. It's not important to me. That's my take on it. My take is that the head tilt down and the nose swipe left or right, or the forehead touch, which the forehead touch historically and scientifically can be a signature of shame, of someone who feels shame a little bit. Usually it's a head down and a eyebrow touch or a forehead touch to indicate shame. I don't know that shame really comes into play here, because he does it when he makes shots or when he misses it. But almost after every shot that he makes, there's a down and the swipe or the swipe. I think it's his way of congratulating himself that still lets him look a little humble. Doesn't make him look like too big of an egomaniac. And it's an interesting behavior. So now, of course, I'm not going to be able to watch the Cavs play without watching LeBron on every shot and seeing exactly how he shows up, or how he self-congratulates, or how he maneuvers around a shot. And it might be different in the course of gameplay when there's a quicker pace and they're running up and down the court. But you can bet I'm going to be watching the shoot around. So thanks, Brett, for sending me that question. And hope that is the answer you were looking for, or at least clears it up for you a little bit. If you have questions for me, email me at lisa@powerbodylanguage.com, or hit me up on Instagram at The People Reader. you can find me. Find me, send me your questions. I'll do more Ask the People readers. So whatever you're confused about that you're seeing out in the wild that you want a little bit of a scientific view on, I'm happy to give you my opinion. So tune in next time. We'll unpack a few more questions.